one day I'm gonna have a big ass film crew with a nice little YouTube setting like the girlies do. And it's all for you bitches. Yo, what's good, y'all? Welcome to another tarot energy forecast for the week of February 27th all the way to March 5th. We are pretty much done with this month. I don't know, I'm pretty sure you guys have been noticing it too, but these months have been flying by faster than ever before. We're almost done with the first quarter. So I'm really interested in hearing what the spirits have to say this week. If you are new to my channel, welcome, come on in. We're gonna have a lot of fun in this channel, okay? We just getting started. I'm Tatianna Tarot. If you don't already know, I am a tarot diviner, Akashic record practitioner, subtle energy healer, and Iyalorisa Priestess of the Iyalorisa tradition, Espiritista and Mama. I do a lot of things, but basically you'll be seeing a lot of tarot divination on this channel and other tutorials coming up soon. Really happy to have you here. Every Monday, I sit down and join y'all to give you a tarot energy forecast for the week ahead, utilizing tarot and oracle divination forms just to kind of hear and see what the spirits have to tell us for our own evolution and benefit. Last week was a doozy. I think last week, y'all can watch the video down below. I'll have it posted. Watch everything be revealed to you. Okay, we are officially in Pisces season, so it definitely fits and it sets the tone for watching everything be revealed to you, because Pisces is one of the most psychic, if not the most psychic zodiac signs and seasons of the year. And so I don't know if your dreams have been off the chain. Mine certainly have. I mean, I'm a dreamer as is by nature, but like whenever we enter Pisces season, Cancer season, or any of the water sign seasons, it's really OD dreaming. So that being said, I'm going to be pulling some cards for both Monday and Tuesday, lumping it up on one reading. Other cards from Wednesday and Thursday, hearing what they got to say about them days. And again, a final review for the weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then I will be recapping with an oracle pull for the week. I know a lot of y'all be asking me what decks I use, and I really do try to put it down below, but you know, as someone who doesn't necessarily believe in saving boxes or books, tarot books that come with the boxes, I seldom remember my decks, unfortunately. I got this deck somewhere in northern Bali, in Ubud, a random store that doesn't even sell tarot decks. And I want to say it's the Golden Art Nouveau. I could be wrong, but I'm not quite certain. Using this oracle deck, I got this on Etsy years ago. This is like a Romani deck. I think it was made by a Romani woman of the culture and tradition. And so she doesn't, to my understanding, she didn't have a website. I don't know how I even found it on Etsy. I think you can find a lot of innovative, vintage, independent artists on Etsy that create their own decks and restyle the Rider Waite. So I got that on there. Good luck finding it. And this ancient Egyptian oracle deck that I also found randomly here. So if I come across the information, I will definitely post it. It's not like I'm trying to gatekeep. I just honestly don't remember, and I don't have the deck books with me or the boxes. This, however, is a deck I've been utilizing for a couple of weeks. This is an oracle deck. It's called the Love Oracle of Eden. It is exceptional. The artistry is exceptional. It's black made, black owned, black published. And you can go ahead and capture that deck down below if you are interested or are a deck collector. I'm just showing you some of the cards here. Incredibly stunning, right? So if you're doing any love work, any shadow work, any love workings, you know, this is the deck to go with. Rakatata. Okay, it's the end of the month. It's about to be the end of the month, which I just want to announce real quick. If you guys want to work with me or take any classes with me, I have an online membership in which you can access me through, which is called Possess Your Spirit Online Membership. Every month we host gatherings where we open up our Akashic records and explore our Akashic records. Even if you may not know what the hell I'm talking about or have ever opened up your Akashic records, you could join us there. This coming month, we're going to have a tarot study group. So we're going to be opening up the online portal to study the tarot and read each other and learn various styles of reading and learning the divination form of tarot through practice there. We also have a lot of other events such as group energy healings, tutorials, workshops, classes. This month I was hosting a sale for Black History Month. So that is taking 15% off of the first 3 months you subscribe to Possess Your Spirit using the code Black is Queen YouTube, all in caps, Black is Queen YouTube at the checkout. That code expires March 1st, so you want to use it with the quickness, okay? So that way you can access the archive of all the prior classes, all the prior recordings for the meditations and the tutorials there, and all the new stuff that is coming up for the month of March. I cannot wait to see you guys in the membership. It has been an utmost joy to do these meditations with you guys and just to hear your stories and your progress in taking a lot of the classes, in learning a lot of the material. So I can't wait. But okay, so let's get started. All right, so let's get started. As usual, we do have some. I mean, you can hear it, the freaking construction. Listen, I don't even know if I told you this in the beginning of the video. I've been trying to schedule this recording in at a time where there is peace, but there isn't, okay? Because these people be working 24 hours, 8 days a week, okay? From the top of the morning all the way to the late evening. So there really isn't a break of the construction, and I really wanted to utilize the daytime for the lighting. So it is what it is, okay? I pray that we have a pocket of peace during this recording, and so forgive me if you can't hear me or I have to really project my voice very loudly, which is easy for me to do. But you know, it is what it is, so we've got to make lemonades out of lemons for now. So hold on. Mi tutu, stile tutu la roye, ona tutu, ori tutu, tutu eshu, tutu oshu, tutu gungun bakawa, Tatianna Tarot. All the elevated gunguns that are joining us, all of your elevated spirits and spirit guides that are joining us, your spirit allies that want to contribute to the message. We bring them into the space with peace, love, and happiness. Okay, Great Spirit, we're looking into the energy for Monday, February 27th and Tuesday, February 28th. The last 2 days of February, we want to know what we need to know. Okay, we want to know what we need to know to make the most out of this time. What should we be looking out for? How can we maximize our gifts? You know, what do we need to do to bring in more wealth, affluence, abundance, peace, grounding, confidence, all of that good stuff, and anything the Great Spirit wants to let us know for these 2 days, come through. Okay, that was a lot. That was a lot of cards. That was a lot of cards. But you know what? I'm gonna count for them all. The first card is the King of Wands. Second card is the Strength card. Third card is Temperance. Okay. I mean, Mars is officially in Aries. I am not an astrologer by any means. I pull with the intention. If you guys follow me on social media at Tatianna Tarot with 2 N's, you will find that I do a lot of freaking writing, okay? And I usually do, whether it's like daily scopes or monthly scopes, I am writing about the signs and the energies that the signs need to know. But by no means is this under any sort of astrological knowledge. I do not know how to read a chart. I do not have any desire to learn how to read a chart. And so that being said, I don't exactly know the nuances of this particular transit the Mars in Aries. But I have been reading up a lot on it, and it's a spicy one. It's a rough one, and it's one where you want to check yourself lest you wreck yourself, right? As per any Aries transit, I suppose. So, I mean, we're getting a fire sign right off the bat. We're getting the King of Wands. Last week, at the beginning of the week, we got the Queen of Wands. There is really not much of a difference between the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands, except that tarot works in a very hierarchical manner. And so systemically, if we're looking at under hierarchy and classist ways, we would then allude to the king being the greatest power in that ranking. Somebody really needs to redo the tarot system. But for the sake of this video, this is almost projecting a sense of maturity and groundedness within that fire sensibility that you have within you. You could be a free spirit, you can wow out, you can absolutely cuss somebody to oblivion, but there's a sense of inherent groundedness and security in yourself that knows how to discern when to turn that aspect of yourself on and when to turn it off. This is very important to note at the beginning of this week, and even I would even say Spirit is giving me the trajectory of 5 to 7 weeks. So within 5 to 7 weeks, for the span of anywhere from 5 to 7 weeks, you will want to be diplomatic and yet grounded in your own fiery capacity, like your fiery sensibilities, your fiery characteristics. So the best way to describe this is that you are, even if you don't see this for yourself, you will suddenly feel as if you are more empowered, or you are rising in the ranks, that your life is changing, that things are evolving, that you may not react to things the same way as you did before. You may be noticing more stupidity, more foolishness, more ignorance in the world around you. And I think from this sort of elevated disposition, you're less prone to react impulsively as you would have possibly done in your younger years, when you didn't necessarily know any better, when you couldn't necessarily contain and sustain that fire. This week is about sustaining that fire. The King of Wands is really teaching you how to utilize that sexual fire energy, that creative essence of great spirit that lies within you, that momentum and that motivation to good use. How to use that for your own benefit and development so you can continue to evolve and grow. And to be mindful in the ways that you just splurge this impulsively or use it on things that are not necessarily characteristic of who you are at this level in life, right? It is very much a status card. So those that are looking to like scale their business, be a pioneer in their industry, really branch out independently and do things that maybe you feel are missing in a particular market. Serving your community in a way that you don't see being offered now. Embodying an energy and an authenticity that you feel needs to be more visible and advocated for in this world. And so with the King of Wands, it says that you have a good grasp and a desire and a will to go ahead and put this out into fruition. You have the right balance of that, and I keep on thinking of that Rick Ross meme where he's like, ah! I want to eat it. That aspect of yourself tied in with diplomacy, where you're not going to quite literally eat it and tear everything up around you like a Tasmanian devil, but you are going to show the world what you're made of in a very graceful and tactful way. Okay? So, okay, piggyback on the status, this could be a very pivotal time starting this week and for the rest of those 5 to 7 weeks, where you really set something cataclysmic in motion in the best of ways, not like in a terrible way, but you really set things in motion that may potentially change your life, the trajectory of your life, or may potentially change the way people perceive you or see you, or how they may even categorize you or fit you in a box, in a system, in a class. Maybe they had seen you, oh, they work in IT, they play small, they're funny, they're cool, I know them, that's the homie. But now you really want to venture out and start doing yoga classes and really serving marginalized and disenfranchised communities and opening up your own center and really being the face and the voice for people that are not advocated for, are not represented well, and you just changed really your image and how people perceive you in that inherited desire of putting that out there with that fire, but also with the knowledge and wisdom of how to contain that fire so that it sustains, how to not burn yourself out very easily, how to not burn other people out also with that energy. So that's just an example. It really is, with the King of Wands, a time for you to take more accountability and responsibility in your life. This isn't necessarily a time for wishful dreaming. It really is a time for, okay, you may now know at this point in this year what needs to change in your life, where you are being led, where spirit is leading you in terms of the trajectory of your purpose and the bigger vision. And now you really need to now set those things in motion. And not only do you need to set those things in motion, but you need to big yourself up. You know, the King of Wands isn't like, I'm doing this and I'm playing small and I don't know, maybe it works out. King of Wands is like very parallel to the Queen of Wands energy, where it's like bad bitch energy, main character energy. But this is like main character in all things. Main character in all things, not just your movie, but in other people's movie, you're a main character too. And this isn't necessarily about being, having a major ego, usurping someone's shine, or anything. It's really just, again, going back to that initial message from many weeks ago. Every week is allowing yourself to shine and being comfortable with that shine and knowing that that shine is going to generate people talking and interest. And you need to be seen, you need to be heard, just point blank period, regardless of what industry you're in. Whether it's that book you're writing, that music you're creating, that film you're creating, that the parenting system that you're doing that's so different from other people that people need to know about now, the style that you're embodying. It needs to be big, it needs to be loud, it needs to be authentically you, but it needs to be in people's faces. And so there is an aspect of balance here where you have the coolness and the reservation of someone who has high mental intellect, deep peace and wisdom, but also knows how to switch gears and go fast and furious. And not necessarily like I'm gonna act a fool and I'm gonna be foolish, I'm gonna be sloppy in front of people. Fire is not always conducive to recklessness. It's a proponent of spirit. It's a proponent of one's sexual and creative energy, of life force within you that is yearning and burning to be expressed, because that is just the nature of our lives, is to perpetually create, right? And so being proud of this, being proud of who you are, living shamelessly, living boldly, but living intentionally loudly is the key with the King of Wands. This is the time where you need to make a decision. And am I going to be silent and quiet about these things? Or am I going to really step it up and enact change in a massive way for myself? Doesn't have to be for other people, but for yourself. So coupling that with the strength, We've got the Strength card, a major arcana, which speaks about massive transitions, archetypal energies in our lives that are just unavoidable, that are a part of the human experience, that we can all collectively, at some point in our trajectory of living, can relate. And so the Strength is not always an easy card. It talks about giving ourselves grace, giving ourselves the flexibility of forgiveness, of slow, easeful energy, of treating ourselves as if we were our own children, treating ourselves and nurturing those goals and fostering that confidence and fostering that gusto and that fire and that boldness. And telling yourself, no, you don't look dumb. You don't look silly. Yes, you are worthy. Yes, it is your birthright to be this loud, to be in people's face. Yes, I deserve to be seen. I deserve to be noticed. Yes, I am safe in doing this. Yes, I am grounded in doing this. Yes, I am knowledgeable in doing this. I deserve to take up space. I deserve to be a voice amongst the people. I deserve to be properly, massively compensated for what I offer out into the world. I deserve to be blessed. And that my inherent passion and my quench for life isn't silly, isn't extra. And the best example I can think about this is really remedying the fear of feeling that people are going to ridicule you, judge you, criticize you, or gonna have their own unique opinions of you for shining your light. The best analogy I can think of is Chloe. You know, Chloe, I don't remember their last name. Chloe and Halle, the beautiful girl group, and Chloe being an independent singer, voluptuous, gorgeous black goddess, and you know, in her young 20s, exploring her sexuality, exploring her independence as a solo artist, and doing what is authentically her, but also being heavily ridiculed, excuse me, by the public, by other women, saying that she's too much, she's too extra, she's flaunting, she's over-sexualized, she doesn't have the sex appeal, she's trying too hard. And so the King of Wands would encourage you to be your most authentic self. So it would add fire to what Chloe is doing. But the Strength card is saying that the thoughts, the looks, the gazes, the opinions come with the territory. Because you are dealing with people who are sheep, who are fearful of walking that path of a trailblazer, of even being a trailblazer and not necessarily inspiring the masses, but having the courage to be yourself and live your wildest dreams, which is something that our ancestors didn't have the privilege to do. So now in this lifetime that you have the privilege to do it, you are certainly encouraged with the King of Wands to go out there and do the most with this limited time you have left on earth. As the Strength card, you are encouraged to have grace towards yourself on that journey, because it may not be easy, because a lot of shadow is going to come up, especially if you are someone that, you know, pays attention to the background noise, that really cares about what people think about you, or is fearful of, for whatever reason, you were stifled as a child, you're fearful to break out of that shell, that cage. You think you're not ready. You're thinking, how can I possibly be doing this? All these people have been doing it in the industry. They're leading and all of this. They're doing these retreats. They're doing that. They're doing this. They've got all these deals. And I am just like starting off from scratch. Who am I to possibly make a dent in this ocean? And so again, there is a very sweet and sour spot to this, where I think you're starting to kind of realize that that's an inevitability, and you can't control people and you can't change things, and you just got to do you. And you're coming to a point where you're just tired of not doing anything, or tired of the incessant anxiety and the worry and the fear and the shame and the guilt. And you're now starting to emerge from this cocoon, which, you know, if you find yourself in that particular development of your journey, I think it's important to let other people know, or whether it's in writing, whether it's in your own art form, whether it's in vlogging, the process of your becoming. And the Strength card, again, is adding tenderness to your becoming this wild lion, the fiercest creature in the jungle. Licking your own wounds, being your best friend, tending to your spirits and your ancestors who are supporting you 24/7. Really catering to the community that supports you and bigs you up and is there for you regardless, or praying for a community if you don't already have one. Meeting yourself with compassion and ease, and knowing that, you know, you can take one step at a time. It doesn't have to be you jumping across a bridge. With Temperance, you're still undergoing a very transformational, alchemical process in your life. By the end of this, I need to stretch. By the end of this year, your life will never be the same again. You will be in a different predicament. You will be in a different mindset. I hope it's a more elevated one. But, you know, where you're living might be different. Your career might be different. You might have children. You might have different friends. You might have a new lover or a new plateau in your marriage or your relationship, you know. So there is alchemy that is happening in your life. You really need to trust it. You really need to trust the impulses that you're picking up, the most subtle impulses that you're picking up. And really go with that momentum is very imperative. No one's going to give you a guidebook on what to do. You are your own leader. You are your own authority figure. You are a sovereign, autonomous being, and you need to start acting like it with the King of Wands. And making big boss decisions daily in everything that you do, like the King of Wands. You're getting the Wisdom card. That's self-explanatory. I think you're waking up to this whole alchemical process. I think you're being easy on yourself, and I think you're also pushing the limits in many ways. I see some of you banging your heads on a wall. Please don't bang your heads on the wall. Be easy. Kiss yourself. Go take a nap. Go to sleep. Go make yourself a nice, yummy smoothie, a pina colada. Go get yourself a massage. Go listen to some soothing music. All right, something that's gonna bring happiness, right? A temporary release. Go listen to some Abraham Hicks if that's your vibe. You know, go on. They do these things where it's like a rampage of testimonials and affirmations that y'all should be listening to every morning to get you in the right mindset, to get you in the right programming. Okay, feeding your computer system with things that are going to sustain you and support you along your way. But you're getting the Enemy card too. Don't be your worst enemy. I think the thing with the Strength card is that we need to lick our own shadow wounds, because, you know, we're often projecting, thinking about other people being our enemies when we are, in fact, our worst enemies. We need to be doing evos on ourselves. Okay? Sacrifices on ourselves. To get out of our own way, to stop thinking negatively about ourselves, to stop talking negatively about ourselves, to stop taking action that sabotages our own destiny, so on and so forth. So that was a sermon. Okay, you can take a sip of water, recover from that. Thank you, Spirit. What we got? We got the first and the second. Okay, so now we're in Wednesday, March 1st, Thursday, March 2nd, Great Spirit. What is the message here for Wednesday, March 1st and Thursday, March 2nd? What do we need to know? What do we need to be made aware of? What is this? Oh, okay. What do we need to be made aware of? Okay. All right. This is really a radical plot twist. It's a plot twist. I keep on looking over here. I know the camera's over here. Anyway, the reason why I say that this is an interesting plot twist is because we're getting the presence of the ancestors. So you needed that, you needed that little tap tap under the booty in the beginning of the month. Excuse me, you see, you needed that at the beginning of the month. So I would review the tarot energy forecast for the beginning of the month. But what I tried to say is you need that for the beginning of the week. So you're getting the 10 of Cups. For me, you know, a lot of people are like, oh, this is the happy ending. This is the, you know, divine twin, whatever you guys are into nowadays. I don't know. Soulmate, twin flames, yaka, 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 all that. But for me, this speaks volumes about ancestors. It speaks volumes of our ancestral sacrifices, co-creating in tandem with the actions that we implement today in the here and now that now open a new pathway for us and our future descendants. So in the middle of the week, we are starting a new month. A new month, new you. This would be a phenomenal time to do a road opening service for yourself, a road opening ritual, praying to your ancestors to open up the roads, of the invisible roads and pathways that you do not see for yourself, that are leading you directly to the fruits of your dreams, right? This is wellness, this is happiness, this is health, this is exquisite mental health. This is the I have arrived. So as you are allowing the mentality of the King of Wands to settle in and marinate in your brain a little bit, it seems like the beginning of the month is a radical shift in energy. I don't know what the astrology is like this coming month, but it seems to be much more in favor of you. The ancestors are rejoicing. If you were wondering if the ancestors are proud of you, they are. This would be a great month to get a reading, an ancestral reading. I would implore you to sit down and talk to them yourself before you get somebody else to do it. But if you really want, go ahead and get a reading. This would be a phenomenal time to throw your ancestors a feast. But also, it's a big celebratory card in and upon yourself too. So it's throw yourself a feast. Go take yourself out to dinner. Even if you're booed up, go do something fun for you. Okay? It's a good time to socialize, to network, to pray to your guides and to your ancestors daily. Don't just wait till you get to the freaking altar. Go pray to the sky. They're all up there. They're everywhere. Go pray to the ground, because they might be crouching looking at you like this bitch. Or up in the sky. You know, just pray. Don't have to just wait to get to the ancestors to do the work. Okay? And so there is power in connecting with the elementals of air. There is power in connecting to the celestial forces, as we see with the 10 of Cups. It's rejoicing. It's almost like the ending of an initiation. We have subtle initiations and major initiations on a personal and collective level. You may notice yourself getting out of a subtle personal initiation that may have been, what, a couple of days, a couple of weeks, a couple of months. And it's more like, my perspective has changed. I have wider wisdom on this thing. I have more confidence in myself. I feel deeply rooted, deeply tapped in. And I'm enjoying my life, but I am also in my joy, which is beautiful. If you've been waiting to hear back of excellent news, this could be and I know this is kind of turning into like a monthly reading, and I will give you one of those. But this is this is going to be a very lucrative month for a lot of you. It's going to be a very successful month. It could be a month filled with love, forgiveness. You could be coming to peaceful terms with things. If there were rifts and sadness, separation and trauma in the family, there may be great healing here. Whether it's a reconciliation between parties or just a great understanding that arises within yourself that gives you peace, that gives you settling, that allows you to move on. You know, it's a great time to spend time with children. Children are the fruit of the earth. They bear such wisdom, such joy, such happiness, such innocence, such play, and such they're high-spirited beings. So to be around children, to engage with children, to bless a child up would bring you great favor. Or this could also be a time where maybe if you are a parent, you are considering the child's future. Something now becomes accessible or possible for you. You're opening up an investment savings account for your child, or there is some sort of a solution or healing that now occurs for your child. You're now able to get care for your child, more support, more intimacy with your child, deep connection. You're starting to see the consciousness of the child now come up. Rather than treating a child as if it is your own belonging and it is your own creation, you're realizing this isn't a whole independent entity in and of itself, and it could be my own elder. The child could be your own elder. And so there is great joy in that as well. Things are really, for the long term, are coming together very fruitfully. If you are able to kind of maintain the bigger picture and really take stock of your abundance in the daily, making sure that every day is a great act of reverence and not just on certain days of the week or certain times or certain holidays, that you're choosing to celebrate what's blatantly in front of you and what is of deep goodness. It is a lot of gifts here. You may be more keen of some ancestral gifts that have been passed on to you that are now, you know, kind of in your face and obvious. The ancestors could have came to you in a dream and revealed something to you, or you know, you may sense it, you know, sensing a sense of clear cognizance, which is just inherited knowing, like not just always a gut feeling, because gut feelings can be physical sensations, but just a knowing, a sensing of what you're supposed to do, how your life is gonna end up. That in and of itself is also an intuitive and psychic gift. So if you could just take a moment and connect to yourself, to your heart space, and call in your most elevated spirit guides, your most elevated ancestors, call them into the space and connect, and just get a sense of, you know, ask them to provide you with a divine message, or ask them to tell you, you know, how am I doing? Like, what should I be acting on? Like, give me the tea. Give me homework. Tell me. And just get a sense of what their guidance is. Follow that. Trust that. Union and power. Union and power. So the 10 of Cups speaks a lot about relationships. How you express the great divine inside of yourself, and how that gets expressed outwardly. When we kind of spoke about that in the King of Wands. How you connect and relate to your ancestors. How that relationship now manifests in the daily. Connecting to children. Connecting to your own inner child. Connecting to elders. Connecting to lovers. Connecting to family. And so you really need to think about conscious coupling, conscious pairing, conscious relations, okay? And who you are uniting forces with and whether or not that person has got their shit together. Okay? Because you don't want to waste time trying to be the caretaker of other people. Feeling guilty, maybe, if you are not the caretaker of other people, but you're drained by them. Feeling like you need to do this spiritual work for other people or constantly teach them how to care for themselves. Feeling like you're holding the majority of the weight or doing the majority of the work in some shape or form. You gotta really be cognitive of, is this person aligned with me? Am I, you know, is this energy reciprocal? Do they have aspects and strengths that balance my strengths and weaknesses, and vice versa? What am I inherently learning from this person? I think from this combination, you really need to be seeing the bigger picture, not like as, what do I want to make in this world in the long term? What do I want to manifest? Okay, that's all good. That's Gucci. But you really need to be thinking of, what is the inherent lesson? Why did I sign up to meet this person in this lifetime at this particular time in my life? Why did I sign up to have these parents? Why did I sign up to be in this relationship with this person? Why did I sign up to get married with this person? What do I feel about marriage? What's marriage supposed to supply to me? What value does it give me? Why am I this person's parent? Why is this the child that was birthed to me? Like, what are we to learn together? What are we to explore in this lifetime? What are we to remind ourselves of? I think it's very important to be looking at that in terms of union and power that we see here, and the relationship dynamics that are at play, because you want to be focusing on the relationships that aren't necessarily karmic, where there is like this constant pattern that needs to be broken, rewired, healed, learned, integrated, but more so where both individual entities, sovereign in our power, we're clear of karma, and we're leading a dharmic path of purpose and service. We don't have to keep on stumbling down the same damn stairs because we've learned the lessons. Okay, we've got that. We're Gucci. We can move on to the blessings and the bigger mission that we signed up to do in this lifetime. So you should be focusing on who are the people in your life that exhibit more of a dharmic relationship, a dharmic nature. You know, are you yourself, or are you always in some sort of a karmic flux where you're always, you know, going through these same lessons or meeting these same people or going through these same circumstances? Ding! My phone said ding. Girl. Okay, hold on. This is my babysitter. All right. I really do think at this point in time, it's a big, major leveling up. And so that will require that your relationships level up too. And it's not necessarily like, oh, this is a karmic relationship, I'm going to abort ship. It could just be like, okay, I am now awakened and aware to this pattern. I don't want to keep on going through this. Respectfully, I will communicate whatever needs to be communicated to let the other party know. But maybe I can love you from afar, a whole distance, or maintain new boundaries as to how I'm going to now show up in this relationship dynamic. Or I'm just now, you know, it could be a point in your life where you're like praying to the gods, like, hello, open your powers up. Tell the ancestors, bring me the gift of those relationships that are in alignment with who I am now. I now know better. I'm not going to stumble down them same steps anymore because I'm now looking at my path. I'm now paying attention. I'm now aware of my own energy patterns. And now I am paying close attention to other people too. So bring me them other folks and peoples that are elevated as well, that are aware, that are mindful, that are compassionate, that are graceful, that want to continuously evolve, are challenging themselves with ease to be a better version of themselves. And you know, that are going to help me on my mission. I can help them on their mission. Whatever it is you need, you know, the ancestors are listening to you, and they deem you ready. They deem you ready for this next level's gifts and powers and blessings that you wouldn't have appreciated before. Okay, this is the devil in reverse. Eso salió también. It fell out as well as the Ten of Cups. What that tells me is that you guys are really, how do you say this? Words elude me sometimes. Like if I start talking in light language, which I can do, but I haven't done because I know some of y'all are scary. You might be thinking like, this bitch is a freak. It would make sense because it's easier to talk in different languages. But what this tells me, bring me the words, ancestors. What this tells me is that a lot of you guys are the trailblazers for your ancestral lineages. A lot of you guys are the black sheep for your ancestral lineages, and that you are breaking the mold. You are breaking the curses. You are breaking the toxic patterns and the habitual, repetitive energies that are not allowing your lineage to evolve. Why we got 7 generations of people in abused relationships? Why we got 7 generations of broke people, like, or uneducated folks, or you know, what was going on with that? So to see the devil in reversed in conjunction with the Ten of Cups is really telling me that you've reached a new level in your life, and I don't think you realize that. I think you need to kind of sit back and celebrate how much you've gone through, how much you've endured, and of course at the support of your ancestors, but also giving yourself great credit for your own personal evolution and growth, and for being strong, and for being compassionate and fearless and a spiritual warrior. You are breaking barriers for yourself and your people in many ways, and it shows. And so with that comes in a new tier, a new plateau, a new realm that you're entering, a new dimension, so to speak, which is filled with energies and people, places, and things that are more in alignment of the being of who you are and what you are becoming, and of this new level that you're on. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. In many ways, your actions are liberating your ancestors. In many ways, and this is why I don't always stress so much about going to the altar, because you are your own altar, and what you think and what you do and how you act, your ancestors live in you, is very much an offering, right? And so that your offerings are working, whatever you guys are doing. Your offerings are working in undoing a lot of the patterning and a lot of the fabrics of a dark past in your ancestry. And so you should take a moment and wusa and celebrate yourself for that, because that's very noble. And we are not, you know, black and brown people are not very self-celebratory people all the time. We need to be reminded to do that. We'll celebrate others. We don't always big ourselves up, and I think we need to get out of the mindset that that's something that's not humbling. Right? And just really just live large. And I really feel that you are now ushering something massive this month that's very representative of this new scale, this new spiritual status, so to speak, this new level, this new identity that you're on, which is very beautiful. Okay. Rakata, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Good God. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Great Spirit, what is the message for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday of this week? The 3rd, March 3rd, 4th, and 5th. They finally stopped doing construction because it's about to pour. What? Give us more context on this. I think a lot of you guys, okay, so Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the 3rd, the 4th, the 5th, you're getting out of a deep slumber. We've got the 5 of Swords. We've got the 7 of Cups. You're getting out of a deep slumber. You know, if you wasn't thinking that you was working before, there's something in you that's broken, it's not broke anymore. It's like you have unblocked any blockages, any resistances are now clear. The road is now open. The road is now clear, and you are streaming and downloading all sorts of things, okay? You will be possibly overwhelmed in the month of March, and in the best of ways, okay? You're carrying too much stuff. I want to do this. I want to do that. It may be the reality that you have a lot of responsibilities on yourself, and you are getting a new vision, a new playbook, a new, what do they call the skeleton plans of a building? Somebody makes an architectural plan. What's the name of that? A blueprint. I'm literally seeing you guys with new blueprints that are being downloaded this month, this time. This whole time you feel like you're going through the struggle bus, or you've gone through bumps and rides. You've been downloading a new blueprint, and the struggle is in you releasing the old you. You're like very stubborn. You're like, I don't think it could be a new way. I don't think it could possibly be easier. I don't think I can possibly put myself out there, and that resistance is making it hard for you. But I think towards the end of this week, you're going to be very clear on those next steps. Those next missionary steps that you are to take for your own personal mission. Whatever your spirit is giving you homework on, your guides are giving you homework on. We see this with the 5 of Swords. You're still carrying too much. Things need to be let go. Whether it's, again, habits, people, places, things, commitments. Something needs to be delegated to other people if possible. Or you need to come up with a new system, a new time management system. Write in your planner, do things on Google Calendar, find a Wusa way, a Tao way, a Zen way to be more efficient, minimize things, focus on your priorities, focus on what brings you the most joy and value, okay? Because your brain is going to be like, what the hell? It's going to be all over the place. 7 cups in the sky. Each one has a new possibility. Each one is a portal to a new pathway. Each one has a new mission for you. And take the path that encompasses all of them. But it's your job to figure out which one of those paths that is, right? And so you can't do that if you're walking around like a chicken with their head cut off. You know, which is not the most enjoyable thing. They have like this convulsion. Sorry, I'm in an ATR tradition, so I've seen a lot of that. But with the 7 of Cups, you know, and one of the things is that you need to be very discerning with these spirits, because these spirits be pushing you around, giving you all these things, and it's like sometimes you think you have to do all of it, and you really don't. Just you can tell these spirits to get to the meat and potatoes, like just get to straight path, okay? Out of this GPS system that I'm on, you giving me 7 routes. What's the route that's the fastest? Boom. Can you give me that, spirit? Because I can't just be all over. Sometimes the spirit realm just doesn't understand how us humans operate. And so don't be afraid to lay down the law. Don't be afraid to be like, okay, I definitely have all of these ideas, but half of this needs to be done at a later date, at a later time. Or maybe it just doesn't need to be done at all. Maybe I just need to focus on one of these things, right? So really, again, resume that authoritative vibe that we were seeing with the King of Wands. Be choosy, be selective, but also know that you've got a different mission that will now take priority in your life. And so with the 4 of Swords, this isn't necessarily about productivity as it is about aligning yourself. How can you align your energy and your spirit to the things that matter the most, to what's more fruitful, what's more purposeful, what's more divine for you? what's more joyful, what's more rewarding. And you know, you don't have to do that all at once. Take a nap. Four of Swords, take a nap. Rest, pray on it, lay on it, sleep on it. Take your time. You know, don't make any actions if you're like, I don't know, maybe. A maybe's a no for me. Like, I'm not gonna, if I'm getting a maybe, that's an automatic no. If I don't know at all, sometimes I'll just sleep on it, wait, pray on it, write about it, meditate on it. Use your gifts, use your intuition to pull out answers from the ethers. I mean, come on. Like, what do you think rappers do? They're pulling songs and lyrics and rhythms out of their asses. They're like magicians. So just pull out guidance in the same way, because that is your birthright. You can easily do it. It's really not that hard. So, but rest. Also, but rest. Okay? And in that rest, in that surrendering, in that relaxation, you're getting guidance, you're getting divine connection, you're getting prayer, you're listening to the internal nature of your being. You're hearing, is there a thunderstorm inside? Do I need to go inside for shelter? Do I need to just wait for this thunderstorm to pass? Is it sunny? What's coming up here? Am I seeing images? Am I sensing things? Am I feeling pulled to do something in particular? Go with that, okay? This is exploration, exploring your psychic gifts. There is a course that I am currently creating on that, on intuitive development, psychic development, and ancestral veneration. So stay tuned. If you want to know more about it, you can sign up to one of my newsletters or freebies, downloadable freebies down below, and you will soon find out. But exploring your natural gifts, your psychic gifts, marriage and family. We had a lot of talks about marriage and family. You might have a lot of obligations coming from marriage and family. Bless your hearts. If you guys are booed up or married, bless your hearts, because it's not always easy accommodating someone else's needs or compromising to someone else's needs. I don't really see this being an issue, though. Again, peeing back to that message of alignment, relationship alignment, conscious pairing, conscious relationships, okay? Is this serving me? Is this person evolving with me? Are we on this journey together? Be mindful of arguments coming out of the wazoo. Arguments with family, arguments in the relationship. That could really just be, the root cause could be some sort of discomfort or disharmony within the self. Okay, how you gonna win when you ain't right within? Okay? So, for this whole week, we're gonna get the message from the Love Oracle of Eden. Sum it up for us, Spirit. Sum it up. Wrap it up. Let's go. Sincerity. It's time to be honest with yourself. Don't sugarcoat things, but also don't be an ass. All right, Mars is still in Aries. I got to remind you that. Sincerity. Really, really, you know, I think you get your blessings from sharing your vulnerability and sharing an aspect of your heart with yourself, with other people, with your loved ones, and really telling them how you feel, and really just being real with them, being real with yourself. Like, I'm not in the mood, or when you do this, it makes me feel really isolated and abandoned, and it reawakens my abandonment wounds, or I'm not really feeling confident in this, or yaka, 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 yaka. So just be honest. Be sincere. Take the time to sincerely know other people too, because I feel like there's going to be a lot of strangers entering your life now. We could easily just write them off and judge them. But then again, you're on a new plateau. So it's not about being surface level of things. It's about, okay, now that you're on this new plateau, this new level, this new awakening, sense people from an energetic way. Don't just write them off so easily because something rubs you the wrong way at first. See, there is some sort of energetic discord that they're experiencing that you're now picking up and interpreting as them being off or not good for you, right? So looking a little bit beyond face value, right? Really checking in with your spirits anywhere you go. You know, is this in my best interest to proceed with this? Like, give me some insight on what's going on in this sort of situation, or should I be involved in this sort of experience, this sort of space? What do I need for myself? Like, really, really, really be honest. You know, is this making me happy? I think what you'll uncover will really relieve some of the tension that you have deeply rooted in your soul. And I'm seeing Indiana Jones. So a lot of you guys are about to embark on, whether it's a physical and actual travel exploration, I really think it's like a spiritual one. So I'm excited to hear you guys all in the comments. Please like, subscribe, comment below, share with your homies. I can't wait to kiki with y'all next week, or actually possibly sooner than that if I'm going to drop the video for this month's energy forecast. I gotta call it something else so you guys will get confused. Energy predictions, something, intuitive reading for the month, I don't know. But yeah, also again, 15% off your first 3 months of Possess Your Spirit. Code expires March 1st. Black is Queen YouTube, Black is Queen YouTube at the checkout. You don't want to miss it. I love y'all so much. Peace.